Gibson. You can call me Tag for short. Welcome to my channel. Like, comment, subscribe. So today I have a homemade meal. It's a meal that I meal prepped for the week. So I took this recipe from A Whole New You by Tia Mowry. And this has a black bean stew or chili. I made it more into a chili because I added a ground turkey, and the recipe that she had was a vegetarian recipe. But this one, it has the black beans, red peppers, onions, seasonings, and then the ground turkey I added for more protein and to make it a little bit more hearty. And then on top, I have some tomato, avocado, and cilantro. If you don't know, you should know by now that I love avocado. But I'm going to say a prayer and get into this meal. Dear God, thank you for this food I'm about to eat. Thank you for this day. I ask you to be with my viewers, keep them happy, healthy, and safe. In your name I pray, amen. Amen. All right, y'all, so I'm gonna dive into this and I'll give you guys a good look at it. Let me get a good bite with everything on it. All right, so So this is a crock pot recipe. And I made it yesterday, so I kind of prepped it in different containers for the week for my lunches. But it's something about, like, if you make like a chili or a stew and you let it sit in the refrigerator overnight, it's like all those flavors just mesh together even more. So I am on a lunch break. For a work training. Have about an hour lunch, so I thought, well, since I did cook yesterday and prep this for the week, it would be a good mukbang video. How have you guys been? I hope you all have been well. I've been trying to keep up with you all. Even though you may not see me so much in the comment section, but trying to keep up with you all and everything that everybody's doing. I know some people don't like avocado, but I do. I like the creaminess of it. And something like this, like a chili or something, people want to add like cheese, but I eat cheese every so often, but I don't like to eat it really often. So usually I'll try to make a recipe without the cheese, especially during the week. But if I'm hanging out with friends and stuff, I might get something with cheese, like if we get like some nachos or whatever. So I don't really meal prep for the weekend. I just meal prep for the week. Usually my lunches and my dinners. And for my dinners this week, I did some chicken breast and I cut them up, and then I had some green beans, broccoli, and then some brown rice. So this week, I have meat in my meals. So it just depends on what I have a taste for that week. I'm glad I added the ground turkey because it gave it a little bit more substance. You could put some of those little tortilla strips on it too if you want something that gives a little bit of a crunch. You could actually have some cornbread on the side if you wanted. But that's not what I was going for. I was hungry. For breakfast this morning, I ate chia seed pudding. And I mentioned that in another video. Ooh, water. But yeah, y'all, I'm gonna move this out of the way. So I've decided what I wanted to start doing as like some of the topics in my videos is sharing with you books that I'm reading. I don't know if I mentioned this before, but one of my goals is to get back into reading daily, but reading books that I want to read either for my own enjoyment or for my own growth or whatever it might be. Even though this book was recommended by my job, it's a good book that helps with your own personal growth. And so I wanted to share this book, and I started it a long time ago and then I just put it down and didn't pick it back up. But I was like, for the rest of the year, it's already August, I want to make sure I'm reading. And so the book is Atomic Habits, and it's by James Clear. Let me know in the comment section down below if you've read it. But it says Tiny Changes, Remarkable Results. But it says, packed with evidence-based self-improvement strategies, Atomic Habits will teach you how to design habits that work for you rather than against you. So I was interested in this book because I keep saying I want to be more disciplined in certain things, because I feel like I'm disciplined in other areas, but I need to be disciplined in all things that I want to achieve. And one of those is disciplined in eating more healthy, discipline in working out, and all of those things. And so I feel like I do a pretty good job of eating healthy throughout the week. And I let myself kind of eat what I want on the weekends. But I do feel like sometimes when it comes to the working out part, that I'll be consistent for a couple of weeks, and I'll be at the gym like 3 to 4 days a week for those couple of weeks. And then I'll fall off, and then I'm only going like once a week. And so it's really like the working out that I'm trying to build the discipline back up for. But then also, not only that, discipline with my YouTube channel and being more consistent, but doing things that I really enjoy, or I feel like I want to put out there to the people, and what I want my channel to really be about. And so all of that. And then even I was at an event to hear a band that I know, the bass player, it's his band, and he organized the band and all of that stuff. So I went to go listen to them with a couple of friends and stuff, and I ran into this couple who are really active in putting on events. Like, they'll do karaoke events in different areas. They'll do open mics, but they're really connected to like the music scene, and he's also a part of a band also. And he was like, when are you going to put out more music, or when are you going to get back involved with music? Because I've been really like, even though I put out that project Highs and Lows last year, I still feel like I've been disconnected from wanting to write songs or wanting to do music. And if you know me, that's like a love of mine. And for some reason, I allowed myself to kind of just say, I don't want to do it. And I think a part of it is just my own kind of like, I'm getting older. I don't really want to be out like that. A lot of times the shows that are going on are like Wednesday, Thursday nights. Of course, you have the weekend shows and stuff like that. But a lot of times open mics are like even some of the shows that some of the bands are playing in throughout the week could be during the week. And I have a full-time job, and my job now requires me to travel quite a bit. And so it's just really hard to commit to even being a part of like a band or somebody event or things like that, because I don't know what my schedule is going to be all the time. Like, they try to give us dates and things like that, but like right now I have no idea what my work schedule is going to be throughout the fall, winter, going into the spring and all of that. So I needed something to kind of think through my thoughts. I do read the Bible because I feel like the life lessons there help you, but sometimes you just want to hear someone kind of framing things in a way that are like sensible, exact steps to take. Because I feel like the Bible, there's a lot of interpretations, and so you really have to read it and think through it and all of those things. But sometimes I just want some steps that I can do that are like practical steps each day. So some of the things I do, I journal. I mentioned that in a video before. And also reading the Bible and thinking through lessons that I can learn from the history that is presented in the Bible and all of that. But then also, I just wanted something that had some logical like steps to do. And so Atomic Habits, one of the things, and let me see if I can find, I want to see if I can find it. I'll be right back. Okay, so one of the things that's mentioned in the book is, if you want better results, then forget about setting goals. Focus on your system instead. And so that doesn't mean you shouldn't have goals, but sometimes we set these goals and then it's a goal that just keeps going from year to year because we don't change our system. And so there has to be a way to actually reach these goals that we set. Another thing, it says it's hard to change your habits if you never change the underlying beliefs that led to your past behavior. So what were the reasons why you weren't doing some of those things? You have to figure out all of the deep down things that are preventing you from moving forward. And so that's important. This one was a good one, and I kind of underlined some things. Your behaviors are usually a reflection of your identity. What you do is an indication of the type of person you believe that you are, either consciously or non-consciously. So a lot of the behaviors that we do or that we act on are because of things that we believe or feel about ourselves. And it may not even be something you realize, but if you were to really sit down and think about it, you might be able to pinpoint and say, wow, this is why I'm doing this. I liked how it kind of gave a list. It said, many people walk through life in a cognitive slumber, blindly following the norms attached to their identity. So like we say things to ourselves like, I'm terrible with directions. I'm not a morning person. I'm bad at remembering people's names. I'm always late. I'm not good with technology. I'm horrible at math. And so all these different things. And so when you're repeating that story in your brain, you are what you think. The author of the book said, I didn't start out as a writer. I became one through my habits. And so if whatever we're wanting to become or whatever we're trying to reach, whatever progress we're trying to make, we have to have habits that will get us there. And so that's the whole idea of a system change. So it's not just about setting goals, it's about changing those systems in order to achieve whatever it is that you want. Oh, this was a good statement. The process of building habits is actually the process of becoming yourself. Building positive habits, honestly, that part is not in there, but it really talks about that, not just like habits, but positive habits that are going to move you forward. So one of the things it says is, if nothing changes, nothing is going to change. I'll say that again. If nothing changes, nothing is going to change. It's like the definition of insanity. If you're doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results, that's the definition of insanity. So in order to do something different, you have to start with deciding the type of person you want to be and then prove it to yourself through small wins. That means you're working towards who you want to be. Let me see. I'll leave this video with this thought, and I'm going to be kind of going through points that stood out to me in this book until I finish it, because it's a part of my own accountability to finish books. So I'm going to be talking to you guys about it. So hopefully, if I'm sharing a book or I'm sharing about different parts of a book, if you've read the book before, then maybe you can comment on what you thought about it or your favorite parts, or maybe it'll prompt you to read it. And then if you have any book recommendations that are books that were life-changing for you or that you just enjoyed, they don't have to be books like this, because there's some books that I have that are just fiction. So I'll be reading those too, but I'll just be sharing them as my own accountability and to share more things with you. So I'll leave with this last point. It says, the real reason habits matter is not because they can get you better results, although they can do that, but because they can change your beliefs about yourself. And that's where it all starts. So this is a really good book. I am about halfway done. And I just kind of went through the first kind of points from like the first 2 or 3 chapters, but I am on chapter 12. And so I'll probably in my next video recap on some of the other chapters that I've read, and then I'll be continuing to read. So I've kind of been doing a chapter a day. If it's a really short chapter, then maybe 2 chapters a day, but I'm just building up my stamina to stay focused. And so it's a good just opportunity to put my phone down, to turn off any other noise or TV or whatever it might be, and just read. And that has been a goal of mine, and it's one of those things where I just have to do. So if you're trying to get back to reading or you're wanting to get back to journaling, one of the recommendations when I was reading this book, one of the ideas is to put it on your bed. So for example, like every morning, what I've been doing is I'll get up and I will go and like whether wash my face or sometimes I'll go ahead and shower first. It just depends. But I think I want to pinpoint it more because there's actually some other parts of this that talks about being really specific with I'm going to do this at this time and after that I'm going to do this when it comes to goals that you have. So I think I do need to be a little bit more specific. Like when I wake up in the morning, I'm going to give thanks to God for waking up, and then I'm going to take my shower, and then I'm going to write in my journal, read a little bit of either a Bible scripture or inspirational text, but it's not anything that's super long in the morning. And then I have the gratitude journal, and that has the prompts in it that I've shown you guys before too. But that one, after I make up my bed, I put the gratitude journal near where my pillow is, and then I put the pen so that when I get ready to go to bed at night, I know that I need to journal first. And so midday is when I pick up a book and read. So like I am on my lunch break, so I had lunch, and so then I'm going to read. Stepping outside to get some sunlight. There's just a lot of things I want to share just about like mental health and just a journey of discipline and really making sure that we're taking care of ourselves in all aspects, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, physically, all of those things. So I won't take too much longer on this video. I appreciate you guys so much for tuning in. Let me know if you have any book recommendations down below. As always, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and of course hit that bell notification so you'll know when I post. Until next time, bye.